Good afternoon, guys. Today, having lunch at Kroger Marketplace, trying out their pizza. They have a few options here. Chicken, they do have sushi, which I've tried here before. Today I'm trying their pizza. Never had their pizza before. Check it out. For this entire meal here, I paid $3.83. What a deal. $2.75 for the pizza, which is actually a big piece. They cut it in half for me. And I got a sparkling ice kiwi strawberry drink. That was $1, and this is $2.75. Looks pretty good. 5 cheese, just a 5 cheese pizza. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, it's pretty good. They also have this Prezio Parmesan cheese, which is a really good Parmesan cheese. I'm going to put some on here and add a 6 cheese. Pour that on there. Never tried this kiwi strawberry before. The sparkling ice. A little tangy. Okay, so I wanted to show you their different food options here. They got the Pizza Romana place here. $2.75 a slice, or $9 for a whole pizza. It's pretty good. You got this little chicken place here, and a sushi place, and they have an eatery back here in the corner. Pretty awesome. That pizza was pretty delicious, and that sparkling water, the kiwi strawberry, that was pretty good too. $3.83. It's a pretty good quick lunch. Now that we have finished our lunch, let's walk around Kroger. This place is awesome. The marketplace, this is the best Kroger I've ever seen. Let's walk around, take a look at some things, maybe check some prices. Not sure if they opened the bar back up, but they do, interestingly, have a bar here at this Kroger. Even though meat prices have gone up, boy, this stuff looks pretty good. Look at these steaks. I mean, this looks like what you would get at a butcher, a local butcher. They do a pretty good job here. If you got a Kroger Marketplace near you, I do highly recommend it. $7.99 a pound. Fresh hamburger. Beef ground chuck. $6.99 a pound. It is expensive, you know. Things are going up, no doubt about it. So I just talked to a butcher here, and he appreciated that I had said they do an excellent job here, and he said presentation is everything. I said, yeah, especially with the prices going up. And he was saying, you know, it's pretty much universal right now. It really is. Prices are going up all over the world. These different crock pots caught my eye here. This might be a little much for this. I forget what we paid for ours. This is the same one that we have. I think we paid like $30, but $40 really isn't that bad of a deal either. So for 4 of these strip steaks, $50.82. Save $10 or more on this package. Price marked includes savings. So it would be $30.48 for 4 steaks. That's not too bad. That's about $7.50 a steak. That's a pretty good deal. This Kroger's is so awesome. I know I say that a lot, but it is. They got so much stuff. Now this for a roast, this might be a little much. What is this though? 3.62 pounds, $25.30. Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't get a roast that big ever probably, but it is what it is. One awesome thing that we have cooking in the crock pot tonight is one of our pork tenderloins that we had frozen in the freezer. Decided to thaw it out overnight. Got some Montgomery Inn barbecue sauce, which I'll talk a little more about that later. Montgomery Inn is a famous rib place around Cincinnati. But yeah, we're going to show you guys that meal later. Really easy. Just throw it in there, put some barbecue sauce on it, let it slow cook for about 8.5 hours. Hey, they got the Pillsbury sweet rolls on sale this week, 2 for $5. And they got the Grands, 3 for $6. So they're still $2 for a can, which is pretty good because they're normally like $2.99 a piece. For all our coffee drinkers out here, I wanted to show you guys that they have their, so this is on the when you buy 5 or more, but you can get their coffee products for $3.29 a piece, or you can mix and match it with any of the buy 5, save 5 deal going on at Kroger right now. Also, I wanted to show you guys from our GFS video yesterday, we saw that this same thing of Miracle Whip was $7.99. Okay, so I knew this was a lot cheaper here. $3.49 for the buy 5, normally $4.69. but it's part of the buy 5, save 5 deal. They got a lot of this going on this week. Look at all that bread. Speaking of the Hawaiian sweet rolls, we are getting the King's Hawaiian sweet rolls for tonight's meal. It says $3.99 on there, but they're on sale for $3.79. They're a little pricey, but I'll tell you what, these are delicious. Also with our meal here, we're going to get the Kroger macaroni salad. That goes really well with the pork tenderloin that we're having tonight. Now for the big reveal. Look at that bad boy. It looks smaller than what it really is. Okay, so I shredded up the tenderloin, adding some of the Montgomery Inn barbecue sauce. This sauce is amazing. This is what makes it. And put it on our little Hawaiian rolls here. Looks pretty delicious. Got some macaroni salad. Nice meal. Well, guys, I messed up again. I'll tell you what, I don't know. It was a small piece of meat.
It's everything that I said from the beginning, but he doesn't listen to me.
So, Jess said originally we should have put it in a smaller...
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I was going to ask them, does the size of your crock pot matter when you have either small or bigger pieces of meat? Does it make a difference if you cook it in a 3-quart versus a 7-quart? I think it does, and it makes sense in my head, but I want to know, because I think that's what the issue was, is we had this tiny piece of meat in a huge crock pot, and it had more heat than it needed to have for it. But that's just my opinion.
And it probably...
He doesn't think that's...
I don't know. I feel like the heat means the same once it gets to the certain temperature. I would think that it would mean the same for a small crock pot or a big crock pot. The heat inside cooking is going to be the same temperature. But I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I've messed up so many things in crock pots. I don't know what my problem is. We just looked up
I think it's
Crock-Pot for Dummies, and they actually have a book. Crock-Pot for Dummies.
Slow cookers for dummies.
Slow cookers for dummies.
I don't know. They didn't get good reviews, so I don't know if just the dummies were mad that they made a book about it or what it was. So I don't know. But I think it's just that we need to figure out the right settings. Because I think it's hard to cook for 2 people because you never really know the right portions or the right, different mixtures that you needed for stuff. So I think that's a lot of the issue. Because when you look up recipes, it's always for 4 to 6 people or 4
and everything's a little different too. Like we're trying to figure out, what do we put a little bit of water in? You have those people that say add water, and then you have those people that say don't put any water in it. And it's like, I feel like, we're learning here. My chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, that's great.
That comes out great every time.
And it's funny because that is a bunch of liquid. Yeah. So I don't know if you need certain liquids. I'm sure it probably depends on the type of meat you're using. Like if you're using chicken versus pork versus roast or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're not good crock potters.
We can cook on the stove now.
Yeah.
I'll make you the best roast you've ever had on the stove. But I'll tell you what, I'm a little nervous to try a roast from the store right now in the crock pot because they're $25, $30. Yeah. And I don't want to ruin it in our crock pot. Excuse me. We went out and bought that bigger crock pot, 7 quarts, and wanted to try, some bigger meals and stuff. But it's like, I don't know. I sort of think you're right. I think it has to do with the size portions.
I don't know. I see what he's saying, where once it gets a certain temperature, that's the temperature that it is. But I guess in my eyes, if your crock pot is this big and you have the same temperature going around, it's completely different than your crock pot being this big and having the same temperature. Because then you have this much more area in your crock pot that has heat that your other crock pot didn't have. So, I don't know. I guess I'm actually using, what is that, algebra? Or, where you use, the mass times the area times the...
She's mathing.
Yeah. Whatever the heck it is.
The mass and the something. I don't know. But I messed up again, guys. It turned to dust, basically.
It was very dry.
The fat part, was still burned and turning to dust. But, it did have, a bacon flavor. That was the best part of it.
It is a shame because it smelled really good all day long. work
I
at
think
home, so
I think I might have just cooked it too
I
long
think,
too,
yeah, that
because
was it.
the recipe that I was looking up was for like 2 to 3 pounds. This piece that we had in there was maybe a pound, so I probably 8 hours was probably a little
Yeah,
too
way too
much. Yeah, I don't know. But, you know, you live,
well.
you live and learn. Let us know down in the comments, though. What's your favorite thing to cook in a crock pot?
And how do you make it?
How do you make it?
Do you have recipes for crock pots for two? Because that's the problem, mostly.
Yeah, we try to
And
not.
should we not have bought a 7-quart crock pot? Because I think that's a lot of the problem.
Somebody might be getting a Christmas
No,
present.
we had a 3-quart one, and it was really tiny, and you couldn't really put anything in it because it would overflow.
Right.
And so that's why we got this one, but then I'm like, maybe we just bought a too big of one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Better luck next time. Well, guys, that was a fun day. You know, they can't all be winners.
Oh, well. Sorry, my arm itches. Dry
Well,
skin.
yeah, I know. Dry like that tenderloin.
Exactly.
Oof. It was terrible. It was bad. The Montgomery and sauce couldn't even save it. If that can't save it, I don't
It's
know
funny,
what
like,
can.
excuse me. That sauce tastes so much different when it's been cooking all day long. Like, it almost doesn't even taste like Korean sauce. Did you notice that?
Yeah,
Or
I
was that just
did.
me?
I did, and I didn't notice. I noticed when I tasted with the sauce that was in there than with the sauce that we had put over top of it once it was out. But I don't know. I don't even feel like it helped.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just dried it out even more.
Oh, well.
Guess we're gonna have some pizza rolls later.
Well, guys, thank you so much for watching the video today. We really appreciate it. With all that being said, we are out. And always remember, the adventure
It's out there.